Hello guys, in this video we will see how we will be planning for the components in an MTO scenario. Because in an MTO scenario we will have components which will have to be planned as a MTO and also some as an MTS. So we are taking one small scenario. You can see there is a finished goods which is on a make to order category and it is having two SFGs in the bill of material. Assuming that one SFG is as a make to order, another one SFG as a make to stock. Now we will see what is the key parameter that we need to maintain in the material master to achieve our objective. Our objective here is the SFGs of make to order should be planned individually and the SFGs which is of make to stock should be planned collectively. So the important material master setting is in the MRP4 view, we are having bomb explosion dependent requirements. Inside that, there is an individual collective indicator. So this for the components, we need to set either 1 or 2 or blank. So we will see how the system will behave when we set 1 or 2 or blank. So when we set 1, system is going to do an individual requirements, which means the component will also be planned as a make to order. The requirements are all planned individually. And when you set 2, it will be collective requirements. That means based on the dependent requirements, all the requirements which are all exploded to the SFG will be collectively planned. And when you put it as a blank, it will inherit what is there. It is based on the material master of the header level. Now we will see in SAP how this will be behaving. So we are in SAP now. So you can see that MB41 is our header material. Okay, and here we are having our component 1 which is our make to order, and here we are having our component 2 M40 underscore C2. So that is make to stock. So this is how our bill of material is structured. Now we will see how when the bomb is exploded during the MRP, how the system is behaving. So now I will go and run the MRP for the M40 underscore 1. Since this is a make to order, already there is a sales order. So I'm going to do a sales order level MRP run through MD50. MD50 screen. Okay. So this is my sales order. This is my item number. So I'm just going and running MRP for it. So the first level, the planning is done for the header material. We can see it is planning for M40 underscore 1. So now it is planning to plan for my M40 underscore C1, which is my component. So this is also planned. And now it is going to plan it for M40 underscore C2. Okay. So for demo purpose, I have kept this material as also make to order. You can see now it is actually preparing separate planned order with order details. Okay, I will save this. Now we will go to the material master and change the setting for M40 underscore C2. Currently we will see what setting it is. Okay, MD04 M40 underscore C2. Okay, we just open it here. Maintained as blank, so that is why it has inherited from the parent. Okay, now we will go and change it. So I'm going to the material master now. M02 M40 underscore C2. Go to MRP4 view. Open this. Now make the individual collective indicator here. I'm just making it as collective requirements. So now again we are going to rerun the MRP. So delete and recreate the planning data. So I'm not bothered about my scheduling and all. So my header is planned. My component 1 is planned. It is planning my component 2. There is no results. So let me go back. We have done with the MRP. Let us analyze the situation of our component. Okay, 2, which is our make to stock. You can see here there is a dependent requirement, but there is no planned order generated. Okay, now if you wanted to get the planned order, then we will adapt the make to order MRP run, which will be material level. So we go to MD03. I'm just doing a single level only. So it should be the planning mode. You can see here we have a dependent requirement and the planned order. So now if you see, this is not relevant for any of our sales orders. So this is how the component is being planned. So I will just save this. So now I will just show you the differences. So let us go to /md04. So let us take this M40_C2 and I will just do a side-by-side comparison. So now I am doing a side-by-side comparison. So here you can see there is only a dependent requirement and planned order. So this is a make to order scenario. And here you can see this is a, sorry, the left side is a make to stock M40_C2 and M40_C1 is a make to order. Now you can see there is a planned order which is already generated for that. And that planned order is relevant for, I mean, that is having a sales order also attached to that. Okay, so let me just highlight you that one. Let me go and double click the planned order. If I display the planned order here, we can see that there is an assignment data for the sales order. So this is how we need to plan, where when there are two components or there are different components which is having different strategies. So in a make to order, the finished goods inside the bill of material finished goods, some of the components may be make to order and some of the components may be planned as a make to stock. In those cases, so what is important is I'm just showing you the indicator. Okay, so you can see the here you can see the individual collective indicator is blank, which means it will inherit from the parent only. Okay, here I'm just going to show you. So this will be individual collective indicator is 2. So I will highlight that. So it will be easy for you. So this is what is here and this is what is here. So this is how we will be planning. I mean, this is how the impact of the individual collective indicator, whether we are setting 1 or 2, will have it on the component planning. Okay, I hope this video will be helpful whenever you come across any situations like this. Thank you.